This is Morning Motivation for Educators on the Bee Podcast Network. Learn about all the shows at beepodcastnetwork.com. You'll hear from a variety of formal and informal educators who help put this podcast together. If you'd like to contribute your voice to this show, please go to morningmotivationedu.com to apply.
I'm Danielle Nuhfer, an educator for over 20 years who went up against 2 bouts of serious teacher burnout before finally realizing that I needed to share what worked and what didn't with educators everywhere. This is when Teaching Well was born. At Teaching Well, I partner with schools who recognize that when school well-being is prioritized, true teaching and learning can happen. And there's nothing more integral to building this kind of school culture than finding ways to care for yourself in the midst of all the school day hustle and bustle. Building in these moments is what this show is all about and what I hope to bring to you each time I get the opportunity to speak with you here. So with that, let's begin. As teachers, we are always told that our well has run dry and we need to replenish our cups first before filling each other cups. Or the other old adage of putting the oxygen mask on ourselves first. It's a little overused. I know you've heard it before and I know you know it, but what if I gave you some specifics? What if this summer, instead of just going back to fill your cup before you fill others, you actually learn some real ways to do it that are fun, simple, and will bring you back to who you are put on this world to be? Well, in the spirit of that very hope, here's my spin on yet another acronym. You need to fill your well with water, W-A-T-E-R, for your Rediscover Summer Self-Care. But the water is going to be more than bubble baths and pedicures or something else you were told to buy that will solve all your problems. No, water is going to take on a whole new meaning this summer. Are you ready? Here is a recipe for your own Rediscover Summer Self-Care. W is for wander or move. A is for art and to create things. T is for treats, something delicious. E is to explore, go somewhere or do something new. And rest is the R, and we want to redefine it. Now don't worry, I know I throw a lot at you all at once. Each week following this podcast, I will share with you some things that you can do in case you're stuck. You don't need to do all or even any of these things. They are simply suggestions, created simply so that you have some actual specifics to make some real moves, not just simply give lip service to what you should be doing this summer. And guess what? Some of these things may feel silly, new, exciting, or even a little scary. But here's the thing. We may have a different schedule right now that we're in the summertime. And I want you to do something with it that you want to do. I want you to create a summer that is in your honor, whatever that means. You've been told that you need to care for yourself. You've been told that you need to do some things, but none of us have been really told how. So we go to the store, we scroll online. We expect something outside of ourselves to quell the feelings that we are having inside of ourselves. Well, I'm going to try to save you the time and energy it took me to discover this. Here's the deal. You're going to have to find the answers inside of you. And the way you do that is to engage your body, mind, and spirit in the things that fulfill you. And the water choices I'm going to share with you do just that. And finally, I hate to say it, no one is going to do this for you. You may say and be thinking right now, I don't have the time. You have a full schedule. You have all of these other things. Fine, I get it. But I will tell you that no one is going to do this for you. But change is inevitable, no matter what you decide. Your life will change regardless of your involvement. In my life, I choose to do the things that fuel my soul at the beginning of my day so that the rest of the day I can give sufficiently. That means I get up a little earlier. That means I plan a little bit before I go to bed. That means I need to ask for what I need from my partner. That means I need to get off my phone and stop comparing. That means that my kids might need to entertain themselves for a little while I finish up. That means that sometimes I'm doing something for me and other people need to wait, if just for a little bit. That means that I have to make choices at first that seem to go against what I've always done so that I will eventually more easily make the choice for me first and then the rest. And it's not selfish. It is essential. And if I'm going to be giving of my energy outward for the better part of 16 hours a day, you better believe that taking some extra time at the beginning is a definite priority. Do the math. I'm giving for 2/3 of the day. My input needs to be there at some point. And for me, doing it at the beginning is what works for this season of life. So that's the WATER acronym. We will dive into each of these things a little more deeply in subsequent episodes. But for now, I leave you with that. Wandering, art, treats, explore, and rest. So if this morning's motivation resonated with you, I'd love to connect more. You can find all the different ways we can partner together in the show notes and at teachingwell.life.
Thanks for listening. And whatever role you have in education, we have a podcast for you at bpodcastnetwork.com. Who among your friends and colleagues needs to hear this message today? Please share it with them right now.